There's something empowering about knowing where your food comes from and even growing them on your own. With more and more conversations about our food supply chains and making conscious food choices, there is one movement that has been gaining popularity: growing your own food at home. Today we are visiting Ellie, who is a home grower. We are going to explore her home growing space and learn more about her growing journey, hopefully learning a tip or two as well.
The person who was into gardening was my hubby. He got me into signing up into a Skills Future course on gardening. Specifically, it was for residential urban farming. We try to make better use of our space by using tiered vessels, shelves, hanging, climbing plants, so that you can make full use of your space. The course was also really very good because it teaches us the nutrition benefits of it, and that if you grow your own, at the moment that it is ready for harvesting, you cut it and you eat it, and then you get the most of it. When I first started out, I had zero knowledge. I learned a lot from my friends in the cyberspace. You know, in Facebook, they have this community, also in IG, and then from gardening kakis around that will help you to get a kickstart. I think there's a lot of experimentation along the way, and you get better. It is a very mentally invigorating hobby because you learn a lot, really a lot.
Today we've got some local produce from Ellie's garden and my garden. We have some cherry tomatoes, turmeric leaf, kale, the top of a carrot, laksa leaf, fresh naibai, and some ginger. And with this home produce, we will be making two dishes together with some plant-based proteins. So the first dish that we'll be making is Omnimeat Udon. And the first step that we're going to take is chop up the ingredients that we'll be using, which is the garlic, ginger, chili, and mushroom of your choice. Okay, so now we're going to be making the soup. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil in the pot. And I'll be putting the ingredients that I've just chopped just now. So here I've got some vegetable stock that I made from food scraps that I'll be using it for the soup today. Next thing is I'm gonna be adding the soy sauce, some sugar, you can choose honey or maple syrup, some miso, and some rice vinegar. While the soup is simmering, I'll be preparing my meat. The choice of meat is a plant-based protein, which is called Omnimeat. I'll be molding it into this. Frying it on a pan just to give a good sear on the bottom and the top, and then we'll be finishing it off in the oven. So now that the Omnimeat and soup are ready, we will start plating. Next, we'll be doing two other dishes using the same ingredients with another plant-based meat, which is the Impossible Burger. The two dishes are the Lemak Cili Padi Impossible Pau and the Lemak Cili Padi Meatballs Udon. So now we'll be making the Lemak Cili Padi Impossible Pau using the lemak chili paste, which has to have the consistency something like this. It shouldn't be too coarse. So next, we're going to be cooking the meatballs. Give the meatballs a good brown. Once the meatballs are in the oven, we'll start making the lemak cili padi. So after you put all the ingredients in, leave it to dry up a bit. It has a different color right now, it's slightly brown. You add your coconut milk. About 1/4 of the stock. Well, you've added everything, so now I'm going to grab the meatballs and I'm going to be finishing it off in the lemak cili padi gravy, so it gives it a bit more flavor to the meatballs. After you've added the meatballs, give it a good stir and then just leave it to simmer. So before you put the meatballs on the pao, you give it a good steam and then you can start plating up. Add the garnish, add some chili and add some chives or even the carrot top that I have. And that's it. Okay, so now that we're done with the pao, what we're going to do with the excess gravy is we're going to make a lemak chili padi impossible meatballs udon. So first, add some cherry tomatoes into the lemak chili padi. If the gravy is too thick, what you can do is add a bit more coconut milk or you can add vegetable stock. Leave it to simmer before we add the udon. And that's it. Growing your own food helps us better appreciate the efforts our local farmers made to continue feeding Singapore. As we move towards this 30 by 30 goal of producing 30% of our nutritional needs by 2030, we can all do our part by supporting local produce and reducing food waste.